This time at the Garden. No worries. Steph, 12-1 at Madison Square Garden now. They win this one 114-102. Finished with 28, 7, and 9. Jimmy with 19 points. Draymond finished 8, 9, and 8 assists. And it was his 35th birthday. Happy. Shaq said, we have got to start putting Steph in the GOAT conversation because we really just do LeBron, Kobe, and MJ, and we never mention him, Chandler. Do you agree?
Yeah, I fully agree. And I think he's the greatest point guard. I think me and Lou are both on record saying he's the greatest point guard of all time. And when you have a guy as innovative as Steph Curry, who has literally changed the game, you go to any country in the world right now, there's someone trying to shoot the basketball like Steph Curry. He's the greatest shooter to ever touch a basketball. He's changed the game. And the way he does shoot the ball off the dribble, off the catch, off a screen, we'll never see that again. So as great as LeBron is at his age and how many points he's scoring, we might not ever see a shooter like Steph Curry who can do it in so many different ways. He's just, he's unbelievable how much attention he creates, how much pressure he puts on the defense. He makes everyone around him's job so much better just because the attention he creates when he comes off a screen. You then have the slip actions. You then have guys cutting back door that just get so many opportunities just based on how he's guarded. Even if he's missing shots, the whole game plan is tailored to not let him get the shot off. So, yeah, I think he's one of the greats. I think he's already top 10. We're going to do the list.
We're going
to do a list anyways. He's already top 10. I think you can sneak him closer to that 5 point just because he is the greatest point guard of all time. He's the greatest shooter of all time. So when you do something the best, a thing like shooting,
it's fair.
You got to be up there.
Lou, I won't make you do a list, but go ahead.
Well, but you know what's interesting to me is we compliment the point guard so much, and we like, that's the smartest position. That's the most cerebral position. You're the quarterback on the floor. And then when it comes to our top list, point guards are never in the list. Like, they're never in the list. It usually starts with Kobe, LeBron, Michael Jordan, then you go Shaq, and then it gets a little choppy from there. Like, Steph Curry should absolutely be in this conversation. The way that he's normalized the way that we shoot three-pointers from changing the game. Like, any guy that changes the game has to go down as one of our greatest guys. So I agree with Shaq 1,000%. We should start speaking about Steph Curry in the same breath as some of these guys, especially with the way that he's went about business and been able to get championships in some of the toughest eras of the NBA and NBA history. You know, we can go down the line of how many talented guys have been in the NBA since Steph Curry, who we've touted as being guys that should go out and get championship rings. And Steph Curry has been able to get 4 during that era. We got to start mentioning him definitely in the same conversation as these guys.
I think when he retires is when we'll really give him his flowers. I think right now it's hard to see when he's playing, and I think once he's gone and we miss that and we realize there's no one even close to doing the things that he used to do, I think then he'll kind of get the respect that he deserves. But yeah, he's...
Well, life is short. We should give it to them now while he can hear.
No doubt. He's undoubtedly one of the greatest players and the best shooter of all time. He's one of the greats.
And I mentioned the 12-1 at the Garden. There's something about Madison Square Garden. It really brings out the best in some pretty cutthroat players over the years. I'm wondering if there was an opponent's arena that you would shine at.
I mean, MSG is the Mecca, right? The place is always buzzing. It's so fun to play there. For me, it was always my hometown. I loved going back to Orlando. Okay. I loved playing in front of like my friends, my family, things like that. But they even said Steph Curry, he won for Davidson when he played at MSG. So it goes back to him in college. I think he's 13 or 14 and won if you count his college games. But you can just tell he's a big-time player. He is a showman. He loves the energy. And right now, they are a team on a mission, and they are balling right now. So I don't think the streak is going to stop anytime soon. Obviously, this is the only time they go there this year. But there's just some gyms that you're comfortable in that you can see the ball going in. Most of the gyms for him, he sees that.
It's true.
But for some reason, he just can't lose here.
Did you have one, Lou, that you loved going to and played well?
It was Chandler's hometown. I love playing in the Amway Center down in Orlando. I don't know if it was the humidity in the air or what, but that was one of the gyms that I just used to absolutely cook in, and it was somewhere that I look forward to playing all the time.
I got to do some numbers search on that. I wonder if that's a thing that we don't ever look at. Yeah, right?
I'm curious to know. Check it out.
We find out just like they were really bad defensively when we played. We would just cook them.
Same difference. It doesn't matter. There's a reason. They're 9-1, by the way, the Warriors are, since Jimmy Butler came on board, which is hilarious because they said the goal was to get to the 6th spot. Well, they're in the 6th spot. Lou, what is the ceiling at this point? What are they? 3 games behind Houston at the moment.
Well, they set the goal at 6, and then I think Draymond demolished it when he went to All-Star Weekend and said to win a championship. So now it looks like they're on pace to at least put some pressure on some of those goals. But you know, they set out to get in a guaranteed playoff spot. They've done that, and if you know anything about the DNA of this Golden State Warriors team, especially with 2 of the big 3 still in place, they have a championship mentality. So when Draymond says these things in jest, you still got to take it serious because he got one of the best players of all time that's with him, and you add a Jimmy Butler, and now you have all of the surrounding parts that makes this team dangerous. You got to start taking them seriously. So at the 6th spot, I don't think they're done doing damage. I think they're going to continue to put pressure on the 5 teams that's in front of them and try to put themselves in the best position possible.
Yeah, call me crazy. Memphis losing all these close games, kind of Houston coming back down to earth. There is a chance that the Golden State Warriors could sneak all the way up to the 4th seed and get home court advantage. After everything they've been through, that would be unbelievable. But think about it. They're 4.5 games out of home court advantage. There's 23 or 24 games left. Like, there's plenty of time for this team. They are rolling. They are peaking at the right moment. You know, it's all momentum. And when they're vibing right now, they go to every game right now, and they understand they can beat anybody. If they play the right way, if they play hard, they can beat anybody. So I think home court is in sight. I really do, and I don't think that's nuts to say. I think it's very possible.
How are we in the year 2025 looking at and I'm sure the league is loving it, the idea, but a possible Lakers-Warriors playoff series, Lou? Like that, what's happening?
Ratings will be sky high. We won't have a ratings problem. That's a fact. And I think a lot of our NBA fans are just laying dormant right now. They're waiting for the playoffs. They're waiting for some of these sexy matchups to get them excited again. And we can start right here with the Lakers and the Warriors. This would be absolutely must-see TV. It's going to have star power. It's going to have everything that you can imagine. It's going to have 2 teams that got something to prove, 3 superstar guys at the end of their careers that are looking to get 1 or 2 more cracks at having a championship run. So if you match these guys up, let's get it understood early and get it out the way. Somebody has to go home, and we're going to get this thing cracking. So I look forward to some of these matchups, and I hope it happens.
Yeah, I don't care when. I want it.
Even if it's first round, I don't want it.
First round, Steph versus Luka, Jimmy and Draymond versus LeBron. Like, yeah, bring that on.
Down for the first round. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's just go.
You know what? You're right. I don't care
games.
when it happens. Yeah.
Royal Rumble. Get everybody in there. Let's get it out the way early.
I'd rather it be a little later in the playoffs, though, you know? Just
cool.
a little bit later is all I'm asking. Suns were in action as well.
Crazy.
Xin chào mừng các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình. Video ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô màu để gửi tặng đến các bạn. Và mình rất mong rằng các bạn luôn ủng hộ mình và đi sát cạnh kênh của mình để ủng hộ mình. Ngày hôm nay để làm được video tô màu, mình cần chuẩn bị những dụng cụ như sau. Đây là những sản phẩm in sẵn mình dùng để tô màu. Đây là những sản phẩm về con vật. Đây là những sản phẩm về con vật. Và vẫn như thường lệ, đây là mình sẽ dùng chân kẹp điện thoại. Đây là điện thoại để mình quay lại video, quay lại quá trình mình làm. Và đây là bút sa màu. Đây là bút sa màu. Các bạn hãy nhớ like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình nhé. Mình cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Bây giờ mình tiếp tục tô màu nhớ.